Have either of you ever given your word to somebody that you would be somewhere or do something with them, but then you had to back out?
I can answer for Jason and say that this has happened.
Is that true, Jason?
No, I mean,
That,
everybody has, right? So
yeah,
That's right.
everybody, yeah.
So the
But
real
absolutely.
question is, and I'm going to guess that your reason was legit and your friend probably understood, but the real question is, how did you feel when you had to tell your friend, hey, I can't make it?
It's never
bad.
good.
Right. That's right.
Yes.
You're letting somebody down.
That's right. Again, even though they understand it and it's legitimate, you hate how that feels. And so we work really, really hard to do whatever we can to keep our word. Sometimes even with things we don't really want to do, but we know will look better to those people that we made the commitment to. But more important, we'll feel better about ourselves. And that's a big driver of human behavior. And I think it's one of the most important principles in selling because it's built on the questions. If I can ask you the right questions, you're owning that, right? And so when I come back to you and share with you that I've done everything and more than what you've asked, it's a lot easier for you to say, let's go ahead and do business.
Mm.
Love it. What other ways besides the obvious sales conversation can you use those kind of principles in the agency?
Well, managing your team, right? When we talk about persuasion, I love the definition from Aristotle. Aristotle said persuasion was the art of getting someone to do something that they wouldn't ordinarily do if you didn't ask, right? If you walk into your agency, people are going to be busy doing things, and you may need them to stop and refocus onto something else. How you communicate with them might make all the difference between yes and no, or yeah, but dragging their feet versus yeah, enthusiastically. So, how we interact with those people. So, I'll give you a quick example because this is so often the case where a leader will walk by somebody who is on their team and tell them what to do. Hey, Craig, I need the sales numbers, right? And you've got all kinds of outs. Didn't hear you. Been busy. It's going to get them later. I mean, there's all kinds of things that could happen. So if I learn to turn that into a question, Craig, could you get me the sales numbers? And I'll give you a date too. Could you get me the sales numbers? Let's say they're due Friday. Could you get me the sales numbers by Friday? You might say yes, but you might also say, oh, I can't, I'm really busy. There's no way I'm going to be able to get that. Now I don't have what I need. The savvy communicator allows themselves fallback positions. So I might say, hey, Craig, would you be able to get me the sales numbers by Tuesday? Knowing that if you say no, I might fall back and say, hey, I know everybody's busy. Any chance you can get them by the end of the day, Wednesday? And the psychology of that is when you make a request after somebody says no, right on the heels, the likelihood of them saying yes starts skyrocketing because we hate saying no. Plus, you feel like, hey, Brian's given a little, I should give a little. So structuring that by asking a question and allowing for fallback positions. And then the final thing I'll say too is research shows that when you use the word because, lots more people do what you want. Because when the two of you were kids, if mom or dad ever told you to do something and you dared to say why, what did they say?
Because.
Yeah.
Because I said
Wow.
so, right?
It's indoctrinated.
Yeah. And you didn't
Hardwired.
you didn't turn to your mom or dad and go, well, that's not really a legitimate reason. You just did it. And so we are conditioned. So now imagine somebody walks by and says, hey, Craig, would you be able to get me the sales numbers by Tuesday because I need them for the board report? That's a totally different psychological interaction versus, hey, I need the sales numbers. You start learning this and you start weaving it into how you communicate with people. You never tell, you ask. You allow fallback positions. You give reasons. You will get what you need much more than the person who just operates out of habit and tells people what to do.
Yeah. Well, and they'll like you more, right? And as they like you more, then they're going to do more and so on and so forth.
Yep.